Hi guys. How's everyone's morning doing so far? I'm glad to see you guys are on time. I'm actually like 5 minutes early. Just gonna wait for a few more people to join and then we'll get into everything. Oh, watching Disney, that's fun. I have a little mixed feelings about Disney lately, about them being woke and stuff, because it gets a little much, but I actually just love Disney movies so much. It's really just sad that they're just, you know, making so many live actions. I would just really like to see more original ideas. Hi everyone. Okay, so today we're just going to be talking about like a lot of different topics. The main topic will be focusing around mental health. And I'm going to be talking about my story with mental health because there's been a lot of things on my mind. And I also want you guys to also talk about your situations if you feel you have a story to share. If you guys feel like you cannot share things with the group, feel free to DM me if you need to talk about stuff, because I'd rather listen to people's stories than have them not be in this world anymore. Because like the suicide rates are just going up every day and it's so scary. Anyway, my live was actually scheduled for 9:30. I'm a little early today. Just wanted to, you know, get into the space. We're also going to be pulling some cards today, but I don't want to have the whole video, the whole live stream just be about me pulling cards. So I will be pulling cards, so if that you're interested in that, stick around, or you can come back later, because I'm going to be doing that like at the end of the live stream. Live stream should carry on for about like an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. So we'll see how things go. Hi to all the new people joining. How is everyone's morning going? Hopefully it's a nice peaceful Sunday. So if anyone wants to talk about the struggles they faced with mental health, you can feel free to, you know, get part of the conversation at any time, but I will be talking in depth today about my morning at work till, oh, that sucks. You have to work on a Sunday. Yeah, my fiance is also at work currently, but like working on a Sunday is tough, man. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do in this world, in this day and age. Just work crazy hours for like really crappy pay, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. It's not always great for our mental health, which is why I'm doing these live streams now. I just wanted to try something different and just, you know, talk about the problems instead of everyone just worrying about other stuff, you know? Like, everyone's like, but this issue, and it's like no one's addressing the actual issue. Everyone just get riles up over, like, petty stuff. So, yeah. Okay. So I see it's now 9:30, so more people should be joining now because this is actually for when my live was scheduled. I have to do that for my kids after their father left for another woman. Yeah. No, that sucks. Like, I hear you. Like, cheating is like the worst thing in my book. and it just tears families apart. I actually have like, my mother cheated on my father and she got pregnant, and that really ruined our family very deeply. So I really feel you. Cheating's the worst thing in the world. And like, especially if there's kids involved. I mean, like, the kids are innocent in the situation and they end up paying the heaviest prices most often. So yeah. No, a few more people should be joining. I have a few people who said they will be joining the live event, but yeah. I'm always early, and yeah, it's just a neurodivergent thing, but I'd rather be early than be late. Hi, all the new people. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing this with the chair a lot. Hopefully it's not too annoying. It's just I cannot sit still. After 11 years, 11 years. That's a long time. That's really, that's messed up. That sucks. You see, I just don't get why people cheat. I just feel like there's no valid reason to cheat, because it just hurts people, and if you want to be with someone else, just leave the relationship, you know? You don't need to cheat. That's just horrible. Especially if there's kids involved, you know? Like, it just freaking sucks. I still have therapy. I need to get therapy to this day for, like, the stuff that, you know, happened in my family. It's not easy, because it just, you're like, with my parents, like, they just fight constantly. I don't know why they actually didn't get divorced. They did it. My brother ended up being disabled, so my dad, I guess, stuck around for my brother. So yeah. So I've just been pondering over some stuff, and I've just been feeling really overwhelmed with making videos for, well, TikTok's not that bad, but my YouTube videos have been taking a lot out of me. Just the whole process of editing, and then you have to, like, it's just like the filming itself, but the editing is the worst part. It's just, it takes a lot of energy, and I'm a perfectionist, so I just want to have everything just be perfect. So it's just been, mentally, I have not been able to get content filmed at all. So the cool thing about live streams is you can't edit anything. If you mess up, you mess up. It's just gonna be that way. But it's just easier to just do the live streams, because then I get to talk about different topics too. Because the problem with YouTube and, you know, TikTok, usually I make short, nice videos, but like on YouTube, you kind of have to stick to a topic, which I have a very hard time doing. And also staying consistent has been a total nightmare. My mental health just won't allow me to do the things, and I want to do the things. It's just that neurodivergence, sometimes I forget it's a disability, and then I beat myself up over it, but in the end that's not helpful, because, you know, obviously a disability is going to be disabling. It's just something that is really hard to come to terms with when you're late diagnosed. But yeah, it's just, I'm gonna probably be doing more of these live streams. I'm gonna be calling this my Sunday shit show, because this is gonna be chaos. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna get messy, and we're gonna be talking about a lot of things, like emotional stuff, therapy. We can talk about witchy things. Like I said, I'm gonna pull some cards later, and we're just gonna hang out and just vibe and just have a conversation. If you guys want to join in, talk about some of the mental struggles you're facing. I mean, I'm not really qualified to give you advice, but I mean, maybe just an ear would be beneficial, because talking about stuff helps. Trust me. Bottling everything up is the worst thing you can do. And it's something that I constantly do, like, all the time. I tend to bottle up my emotions, and it's not a healthy thing. I find that exercise helps, but then again, sometimes with depression, you cannot bring yourself to actually do things, which is pretty hard. So it's just a constant daily struggle just to get to do things. And it's really not easy. Like, some days I go a whole bunch of days without even brushing my hair, and then at the end of the day it makes my task harder because then my hair gets all knotted, and then I have to struggle to brush that out when I eventually do brush my hair. But sometimes a simple task just like brushing your hair is just so overwhelming. And you know, having depression along with neurodivergent stuff, it's too much. So it's just, people don't understand. It's like they think like, oh, easy task, let's do the easy task. But for some people that have mental disabilities or mental illnesses, that small thing can feel like climbing a mountain. And I think people just underestimate the struggles that other people have to go through with mental health being so difficult to navigate. And you don't get a handbook, you don't get understanding. Just pretty much everyone just calls you, I get called like lazy a lot for like just being depressed. And being lazy is actually like you enjoy not doing stuff, right? So for me, when I'm not doing stuff, I'm constantly in my head like, I need to do this stuff, I need to do this, why can't I do this? And then I ended up like hating myself for stuff like that. And it sucks, and it just breaks down your self-esteem so much. But it's just really hard to just deal with things if you don't have a support system. And I want to create a safe space, a support system for people who are struggling like me. And I'm actually doing a wee bit better. I haven't been doing well for like a good while, but recently I have been on new meds, which seems to be working, which is good because most meds I've tried for like my depression management has not been working well. Most of them actually end up making it worse. So I finally found a medication that actually works with me and my body and my brain, and it's actually been helping me a lot. I'm finally getting back into doing things that I used to like doing, and exercising, which is a thing that I've really neglected for a while. But I was also in constant pain from all of my issues with my hormones, and it was just like chronic pain. There was one year where I was like completely bedridden with pain. So I had to deal with all that stuff, and it was a very slow recovery. So exercise has not been the forefront of my focus. So I'm finally getting back into taking care of me and taking care of my health, and to just, you know, like self-care and self-love, because at the end of the day, those are very important practices, and we neglect ourselves because we live in this society, this system that keeps pushing us to work. You have to do, you have to just keep doing, do. It's just never enough. But we're not human doings, we're human beings. We're supposed to be, to exist. We're one of the generations who actually works the hardest, which is a very sad truth. But unfortunately, it happens because greed and people in power just decide things are going to be a certain way, and we just all go along with it. I really don't understand how everyone's just like, ah, shit's fine, let's just go on, you know. But, you know, it's just, one day things, I believe one day things will get better. Sometimes things have to get worse before they get better, I guess. But we have to hope that things will get better. We have to try to make changes, to make ourselves better, and to make the world a better place, and hoping that each small change will inevitably have a larger impact. Because if enough people care, then something's gotta give, right? Like, it was like that quote from the Lorax, like, nothing is going to change, it is not, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot. So, I think that's just very, very profound. So, I've been in a very dark place for a whole bunch of years, because I have a whole bunch of trauma that I just didn't feel the need to deal with. There was a point where I just kind of gave up a little bit on everything, and then I met my fiance. That was like a whole bunch of years ago, but then things started to shift and things were getting good, and then some more trauma happened and things got confusing. And then I just slipped into a little bit of a dark place again because I just have so much unresolved trauma. PTSD, CPTSD, it's just insane. And I can't really afford therapy, so I just go on and just try to help myself. I do journaling, I meditate, I do all of these tiny self-care routines to try and manage all of my anxiety, my depression, all of the trauma I've gone through. I'm trying to work through it, to process it. I'm doing shadow work a lot, which has really been beneficial, but it's difficult because you have to go through all that crap you've been through again in order to process it and heal it. Especially the childhood trauma, because as a child your brain actually cannot process that information. So as an adult, when you your brain can now register that as traumatic or something, you can finally process it, but then that means you have to endure it again and go through it again, which sucks. But doing that, you can actually end up making peace with it and then eventually heal from it. But healing is a very slow process. And it's not just a line from like, ooh, you're healing. It's like, healing, nah, not doing so good, healing, okay. And it's just like this slow fluctuation of energy when you just inevitably put in the work to heal. I just feel like a lot more people should focus on healing themselves, because all of this trauma and stuff gets passed down to our children. And I don't personally want to have children ever, but all of this stuff passes down from generation to generation, and just each generation just ends up being more traumatized and having to deal with more. So it's a difficult thing. So it's just, I don't know if things are gonna be okay for everyone. Like my personal life, the world, is shit gonna be okay? And the thing is, I'm trying to focus on one day at a time, one thing at a time, but it's hard because I'm a bigger picture person and I need to see things and know that things are gonna be okay. And it's really hard because sometimes things are not okay and we don't have control over the future, and we can't possibly know what's gonna be in the future. We can make small judgments on our personal experiences and what we see now, but energy can change, so the future might be different than what we think it's gonna be right now. Because when I'm in my really dark, depressive states, things feel horrible and extra dark and extra negative. But when I'm in a good headspace and I'm doing good and I'm having a good day, things feel better and I have more hope. I feel more hopeful. So I'm just feeling that we are outside. I'm trying to word this right. We are a reflection. Everything else is a reflection of us, okay? If that makes sense. Because everything around us kind of mirrors our situations and what we're going through. And we perceive things the way we are internally or energetically aligned with in that moment. So if things outside seem chaotic and horrible and negative, it's probably because stuff inside is horrible and negative. Maybe we're doing negative self-talk or anything like that. But all those things can have a major mental effect on us. So, yeah. I'm gonna get a few cards out here. Just getting them all out. I have 3 different decks over here today. One is a tarot deck, the other 2 are oracle decks. This one's actually really good for mental health. I find this is a very uplifting, very self-care type deck. I actually do want to get the self-care oracle, but just haven't really found it yet. So this one is one I've been feeling really drawn to lately. It's the Shaman's Dream Oracle. So I'm definitely going to be using that. And as for tarot today, I'm using the Wild Unknown because I just feel it matches the dark, gloomy, depressing, psychological, messy energy today. Because I believe that everyone that will be tuning in has some type of mental thing that they have to work through. Because this is a mental health live stream, mental health witchy live stream. But yeah, we can talk about TV shows, gaming, whatever, you guys. Cause I'm gonna shift the subject to something lighter a little later. I'm not gonna have this be heavy energy all the time, which is also why I'm gonna pull some cards. I don't know why I thought this is a good idea, because every time I do readings for people, most of the time they end up leaving in tears because things get heavy. So yeah, this is how I cleanse my decks of energy. I haven't used this one in a while, so it might be stagnant a little. Actually, I'm gonna get a book and a pen here. So if any of you guys want like me to pull a card for you, just let me know. And I will write down the names and I'll get through to everyone to give everyone a special reading or a card. I think I'm going to do 1 card draws today, and if I feel like I want to do more, I will do more. But for now, I'm just going to be just generally focusing on the energy. Okay. So the first one, this is very suiting to the energy of the collective today. I feel this is a very profound card to talk about what we're talking about. Because this card symbolizes being broken down and feeling overwhelmed, feeling like there's the weight of the world on your shoulders. And you feel so fragile and broken, and this kind of just reminds me of kintsugi. I don't know if many of you are familiar with kintsugi, but it's a Japanese practice of repairing broken pottery with gold. That way, things that are broken become more valuable, and it adds to the value of said item. So I just believe that no one is broken. You're hurt, you're healing, but you are not broken. Human beings are really more resilient than people realize. And I know things feel heavy sometimes. Sometimes we carry the load of things that's not even our burden to bear. But we take on all of these energies. And also, being exposed to a lot of negativity also adds to this weight. So you subconsciously carry around weight that you no longer need, or that doesn't serve you. Because it's like the weight of like what's going on in that country, stuff that's going on in that country, all negative things contributing to you feeling heavy. So I'm gonna pull another one. have the Daughter of Wands. Oh, almost dropped it. Daughter of Wands. So this is actually very, very beautiful. The wands talk about creativity and passion, and daughter represents newness, and you also have the flowers there representing growth. So this is growing from this horrible pain, growing and evolving and getting that passion, that drive back. I think that's really profound. And also, this card kind of looks, if you turn it sideways, like an infinity symbol. So that's cycles repeating themselves. Because if we don't heal things, those cycles will repeat and keep repeating until we've learned the lesson. The moon. Emotional energy. The moon is all about emotions, internal emotions, bottling up emotions, and being in balance with your emotions. The moon is all about taking a look inside and figuring out what emotions you are feeling. Figuring out what emotions you should be focusing on. Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about union, community, and positivity coming in. And I think this is very beautiful because after the moon, after all this emotional energy, and after all this broken, heavy energy, you get to be happy again. You get to find your community, people you can trust, a support system that will be helping you emotionally to carry all that weight that you've been putting on yourself. Community to help you release. And birds are all about freedom, so being free, feeling free. Oh gosh, okay. This one's less exciting. The Tower. This is one of the heavier cards in the tarot, and this talks about sudden life changes, and they're usually not good, but they're usually for our healing, because if the tower falls, we get to build a more sound structure and a stronger foundation. So this is all about releasing and letting what's no longer good for you happen, let it unfold so that new things can come in, so that you can grow from those new things. Grow with the new things. This is really about, I also feel like sudden epiphany, like something, like this card's all about things happening suddenly, very quick, sudden energy. I actually feel like all the bad things will be like a very good positive shift. But anyway, you also have the Fool, which the Fool represents, I know the word sounds kind of, the Fool, like haha, but actually this is a very serious card. It's about having a childlike innocence, about looking through life through the eyes of a child with innocence and taking a leap of faith, having faith that things will work out. Having faith in the good things. Because children, they don't see all of this crap that's wrong with the world. That's something that we adults, we look at it with a magnifying glass. So this just asks to have that childhood innocence, to just see things from a different perspective and see how that makes you feel. Oh gosh. That slipped. That's fine, we just gather them. Okay, 2 cards. Great. Okay, so we have a card of Ascension. Taking things step by step. Going at a slower pace. patience, things taking more time. You also have the moon again, which the moon, where's the other card? Here it is. Moons represent emotional energy. They're both facing the same way too. So this is just, again, this is very specific things in your life causing you emotional turmoil that needs to be addressed in order for you to elevate and go up. And the other card that I drew is the Magician, which is a master, because we have cups, we have the wands, we have the pentacles, and we have the swords. So this card represents all of the different minor arcanas in the tarot. And we have infinity symbol again, talking about cycles repeating themselves. So what happens, I actually had a dream about a leopard a while back, which is actually pretty interesting. So I was actually, there was a bunch of leopards, and the one attacked me, and then another one decided to protect me and to step in way of the other one to protect me. And that was very interesting. And what they represent as spirituality is a lot of time inner conflict and having to realign, and just I keep feeling like perspective. There needs to be a change of perspective, because it's just like what I'm feeling is like redirecting your gaze. If something isn't working out, if something gets negative, just focus on something else. If something gets too overwhelming, too hard, focus on something else instead. Okay, Father of Wands. We have more lightning. So, more lightning. Lightning is all about sudden things happening, things coming in suddenly. Now, the Tower is usually, like I said, very negative, because it means something is gonna happen in your life to shake things up. It's gonna be a bumpy roller coaster ride. But with the Father of Wands, that means there's gonna be guidance. Your spirits will be guiding you, or maybe an actual male figure in your life will be guiding you through this. Wands are all about creativity, invention. You might be having sudden epiphanies with your creativities, or a spark of creativity. That is what I'm feeling. And that creativity will also ultimately help you to get out of this funk you've been in. Son of Cups. So cups are again all about emotions, and the sun represents a more innocent vibration. So with this, I feel like your cup will be overflowing. There will be good things coming in, but I also feel like it's going to move at a very slow pace, because before good things can come in, all of these old things need to be resolved and have to be cleared before the new things can come in. Swans are also about love a lot of times, like they mate for life. They are actually very loyal. So this could represent loyalty and stability in your life as well. Let's see. If anyone wants me to pull a specific card for them, just let me know and I'll just write your name down and I can draw cards for you if you want specific information. Daughter of Cups. So we have the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Cups. This is really interesting. The Son and the Daughter of Cups. So cups are about creativity, like I said. I just love this card's depictions. So rainbows are all about good fortune coming in. And with the balance between the daughter and the son, I feel, again with the Fool as well, we just have this whole young, vibrant energy. And I feel with that, a lot of us will be getting our drive back. We will be getting that innocence, that life force back. And it's just, you're gonna be, everything's gonna be more colorful, because if you're in depression, things tend to feel dull as hell. So more color, things will look more colorful, more color will enter your life. Also, dressing more colorful or, you know, just upping your appearance will help you feel better emotionally too, because those things go along like hand in hand. Okay, this is a really good card. This is all about cutting cords, cutting ties. This is really good if you're dealing with any like abusive situation or someone that's being really negative energy you don't need in your life. Cut people off. Don't be afraid to cut people off. If people are giving you dodgy energy, don't be scared to say goodbye, there's the door. I don't need this in my life. You know, just do that. So I think that's for now all for the tarot, unless any of you guys want a specific card. But we'll come back to this later too if you guys are interested. I kind of just want to pull like 1 or 2 oracle cards as well, because these ones are really good for mental health and things like that. So I'm just gonna, these are just really uplifting, very light cards, because I just like to have something that's just a little lighter after something heavy, you know? Okay, I'm gonna take those 2. Oh gosh. No, don't fall. This is a very glossy deck. Sometimes it slips. I like the matte decks more. They just shuffle a little better. Okay, so I got 3 cards here. Anyway, the first one is today is the day of my last judgment. I feel this is very profound. At the back it reads, today is the very last day that I judge either myself or anybody else. It's the day that I accept myself just the way I am and accept everybody else just the way they are. The reward is my eternal happiness. And this is so true, because if we accept ourselves, acceptance for others automatically follows. Because if you're content and happy with yourself, you won't notice flaws in other people, because if you notice flaws in other people and things that irritate you and that you don't like, it's generally a reflection of things that you are uncomfortable with within yourself that needs healing. So I feel if you heal yourself, a lot of times you have a lot more compassion for other people, and that just makes you feel happier and more content in life. Because we all just judge ourselves so hard. And then we judge other people to feel better about us judging ourselves, because we don't like feeling shitty about ourselves, so we judge other people. It's a human thing. There's psychological reasons why we do it, but it's not really healthy, and it just creates more negativity in the world. And you know, if you hurt other people, it's not gonna fix you. So I just feel like if we just all accept ourselves more, it's a hard thing to do with society being the way it is, but if we all just accept ourselves, I feel we would just all be free and we'll be happier. And I mean, easier said than done, of course, but healing is a process, so we can all try to do these things slowly. I listen to others without judgment. So this is kind of what I'm doing on this space right now. I want to listen to you guys without judgment, give you guys a place where you can talk about your mental health, your struggles, where I can share my experiences, my journey, where we can pull some cards, vibe together, just create a nice, vibey, safe space to just be, to just exist, to just let loose and just take a breather, just focus on our mental health and just talk about things that are bothering us. So this card says, all people have the right to believe whatever they want to believe. They have the right to say whatever they want to say. Instead of judging what other people say, I listen and show my respect. I feel this card very deeply, because as someone who's not inherently religious, I do get judged a lot. And I feel it's perfectly fine to believe whatever you want to believe, but you cannot force other people to believe the same things you believe. Everyone is different, and everyone will have different views and different opinions about things. It doesn't mean that anyone is right or wrong. There is no right or wrong here. You are right to believe whatever you believe. There is really no wrong choice. but judging other people because they believe things differently is, it holds you back. At the end of the day, it does more harm to you than them. I surrender to life. Everything in life is just the way it is, and because I accept everything as it is, I don't worry about anything. I surrender to the force of life that is flowing through my body and my mind. It is the way of being. It is being life. So this reminds me of what I said earlier about we are human beings, not human doings. So we should just stop beating ourselves up for not being able to do things sometimes, because society just puts all this pressure on us to just keep doing and doing and doing. And sometimes we just have to let go and surrender and just be, just exist in that moment, just be. And this card is just about flow and just accepting things the way they are. And now that's hard to do. I'm not gonna lie, that's hard. Because accepting everything the way it is doesn't mean we're okay with everything the way it is. But that means we can focus on the things that's good, things we're grateful for, and that'll make room for things in the future to be more aligned with what we actually want them to be. So I've been feeling this deck a lot lately. It's the Shaman's Dream Oracle. It's so beautiful illustrations. Like, let me show you. I'm gonna get it out. But anyway, I've just been feeling this. It has a guidebook, so I love reading the guidebook because, sometimes it just describes things better than I do. I usually read my cards more intuitively, but I've been feeling like this guidebook has just been speaking to me things that I miss, that I just bring up. So I will be using the guidebook. I'm first going to interpret it intuitively, and then I will read from the guidebook as well as a little extra thing, because this card is just, this deck is beautiful. This is the back of the deck. It's gold, it's just regal, it's royal, but just look at these card. I know you guys can really see that well. Let me just flip through. Just look at this imagery. Just, this is a beautiful, oh, that one's upside down. I'm sorry. This deck is just so beautiful. And what I love about it is it has this matte feel, which it just shuffles so much better. So I'm gonna pull like a few cards of this deck. I've been feeling this deck a lot, so I'm hoping other people will resonate with it too, but this is generally a very inclusive deck, so the energies usually, they're very accurate. Okay, so we got one. Vanishing Mirror. Ego sublimation. Gosh, this goes perfectly with what I've been saying. Okay, so ego is basically, I'm gonna compare it to your brain. So it's a little voice inside your head going like, you can't do this, you're not capable of doing this. It's that illusion we have of like, it's just basically just that negative self-talk thing. Like, no, that's what ego is. Ego is like, oh, but that's not possible because this or whatever, okay? So that's just the dumbed down version of what ego actually means. But anyway, this is like ego sublimation. So this is like releasing ego, seeing through the veil. So what this technically means is to just let go. Like, it goes well with the other card that we had of like just accepting things as they are and just going with the flow. Because if you are just stressing about things that's beyond your control, you are just burning yourself out. If you cannot change the situation, stressing about it and worrying about it is not going to help, and it's just going to do more harm. And I know it's really hard to not stress and worry about things, especially if you have some mental illnesses, but this is about shattering the illusion, shattering that mirror of, it's having to look beyond, if that makes sense, like looking within yourself, like beyond what you can see. It's about what's going on inside, which is also really good for mental health. So I'm going to read this card from the guidebook as well. So it's card, 58. Numbers might also be significant to some people. So it's card 58, 5 and 8. Okay. So card 58, the Vanishing Mirror. I will hold the card while I read this. If I can open the guidebook with one hand, because it keeps folding closed. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to hold it up while I read it. Okay, Vanishing Mirror, ego sublimation, letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn, so that you can contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? This here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are products of our own conditioning, so remember that this is part of the human experience. Yet you are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious, is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. That's really true. When you focus too much on yourself, this way you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let go of self-definition, soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now. Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? That is perfect with what I've been saying. So I'm going to pull another one. Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. So this is exciting with, like, well, water also. This is Spirit of the River. There's like submerged underwater. So water is also a lot about emotional energy, and it goes well with the moon cards that I drew earlier. So it feels, it's the feeling of feeling overwhelmed, completely consumed with everything that's going on. So this is movement toward adventure, so that means like better things are coming, and that overwhelmed feeling will turn to something good. This also might be a lot of anxiety about starting something new, but this something new would be really positive and beneficial to you. So I'm going to look up this card in the guidebook, because this guidebook just gives a lot of detailed insight into the cards. I always just read them intuitively first and then pick them up in the guidebook. This card is 5. The other card also had a 5 in, so 5 might be significant to some people. The numbers sometimes are significant, sometimes they're not. Okay. So Spirit of the River. Oh gosh, almost dropped the whole deck. That would not have been funny. Anyway, I'm going to try to hold it up like this while I read what this card meaning from the creator of the deck's point of view. Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, addiction to problems. This is what I was talking about with feeling overwhelmed. Allowing and trusting the current. So going with the flow, that is kind of what we've been talking about. The Spirit of the River invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the water to carry you downstream, away from the eddies. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad, and that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting. as the situation in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. So this is what I was talking about earlier as well, with like trying to control everything and focusing on things that's beyond your control. So I have talked about this just a moment earlier. Recognize this, step back, and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It's simply as the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is your time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of Spirit of the River. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. So this is a really good positive card. So I'm going to draw like one or two more of these. If you guys want me to pull like any cards specifically for you, just let me know. Okay, got one. Netcaster. This is a beautiful card. I drew this one for myself a while back. And I honestly, I can't really remember what the guidebook said about it, but I did briefly scan through it, but it's like preparations come to fruition. So this is all about hard work paying off. If you put in the work, if you put in the effort, things will work out. And it actually contradicts this a little bit, so I feel like these two also connect, because if you are trying to fix things, okay, if you're trying and it isn't working out, I feel like you should let go and just surrender that, because that is not meant for you. But if you work hard on something and you do see small signs of progress, keep going. You will see signs on your journey. This card is 42. Yeah, 42. So 4 and 2 might be significant numbers. So I feel like if you see progress and signs, your hard work will pay off. Whatever you plant, and if you water and nurture that plant, it will grow. So the Netcaster is all about new opportunities, catching opportunities, and it's, yeah, 42. I'm going to read this from the guidebook as well, quickly, so that we can get a little bit more insight to what the creator of this deck intended for the meaning of the card. Preparations come to fruition, a surprise, a result beyond expectations. The Netcaster arrives to tell you to stop praying for the fish. They have arrived, and it is time that you cast your net. Lest they swim away. Everything that you long for is within reach, but it has been so long since your prayers were answered that you have forgotten how to receive, which is being offered to you. This is actually very interesting, because the other day I did a whole reading about how we forget to receive, and it was a very like personal thing, because sometimes we feel like we're not worthy and that we're not open to receiving things, and that is something I feel like a lot of us can work on. Receive was being offered to you. Put down the prayer beads and open your arms and your heart to rewards beyond measure. Cast your net. Take the next step that you have been planning for so long. Remember that the fish wait for no one, so time is of the essence. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for you, for your victory. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of the moment is you. If you ask, do I really deserve this? You will sabotage the magic and shatter the crystalline flawlessness of the now. The Netcaster can also arrive to bring you bad news. This goes along well with what I said about the Tower card. To tell you that you have been snared in someone's trap and must wiggle free. We also talked about abusive situations earlier. So talking about abusive situations earlier might also ask you to pay attention and to release, to try to get out of the situation. So if you realize and know that you're trapped, you can get out of that, if that makes sense. Right now, it feels comfortable enough, even as the net begins to tighten around you. Do not wait until it is suffocating you before realizing you must escape and run for your life. It is still early enough to exit gracefully. That is great, like leaving the situation before things get worse. Like, pay attention to red flags. Seriously, a lot of people just avoid red flags. If you see a red flag, run. Bide your time until all the conditions are right. Go for your place of stillness, of deep quiet, and watch for the signs that a new opportunity has arrived. I did say, like, this card is all about new opportunities. Right now you are patient because you feel that things will go your way. Learn to be patient with the people and situations that are more challenging. So I feel that is a great thing, because patience is a thing that a lot of us struggle with. And me personally, I don't have like any patience. So that makes sense. I mean, patience is also a very important thing. Okay, so this card is very interesting. It's the card 1, so it's all about new beginnings, new, and we've been talking about new things coming in. So for some of you, this might be a house, might be moving, might be relocating, but the card is a tidy house, clarity and organization. So I feel you'll be getting clarity on the situation. I feel like it's an abusive situation, might be to do with a home, so that might be domestic violence or something like that. But I feel like you have been seeing red flags and you should get out. Listen to your intuition, look at the red flags, and if you see red flags, run the opposite way. So clarity and organization. So yeah, I feel like we also had the mirror. So like, I feel like you will be getting clarity. And for some of you, this might be a literal new house. Also, because it's a tidy house, I feel like tidying up and cleaning also helps our mental health a lot. If things around us are nice and organized, our mind kind of organized as well. Like, it just goes hand in hand. If you organize things around you, you also organize things inside you. It sounds really weird, but if I declutter and clear things around me, I feel better mentally. So this card is 1, so it's going to be at the beginning here. I'm going to read from the guidebook as well to get some extra messages about this card. A tidy house, clarity and organization, a thorough inventory, and auspicious symbol. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly, and you can't seem to get clear, it is time to see how your environment is affecting you. I feel like your environment affects a lot how you feel mentally. Although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in your outer world, I've been talking about this earlier, like how your outside world is just a mirror reflection of your internal world. I talked about it with this card, the Vanishing Mirror. Okay, so anyway, moving forward, okay, where were I? Outer world, okay, the reverse is also true. So yeah, your internal world is a reflection of your outer world, and the outer world is a reflection of your internal world. You can, oh, sorry, I just hit the camera. You can be influenced by the people who populate your daily life and the energy of the objects you surround yourself with. Basically, everything in your surroundings. Now is the time for an inventory and full clearing of your environment. Ask for clarity from your relationships and do not make assumptions at this time. Clear and ambiguous communication is key. Sorry. You may choose to let go of some people from your life when this shows up. This is a good thing. Otherwise, you might stay in these relationships too long out of a sense of obligation and social courtesy when in truth there is nothing holding you together. Be impeccable with your word, say what you mean, and be willing to make whatever changes are necessary to clean up your side of the street. If you know you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. That said, right now, once you are sure your proverbial house is a tidy one, There is a release of energy to begin new things, to enjoy life, and to know which, with certainty, you are on the right path. So I feel that is perfect, and that goes very well with everything that we talked about. So yeah, I've drawn cards from 3 different decks now. It was the tarot and the 2 different oracle decks. If you guys want me to draw any personal cards for you, once again, just let me know. And I will draw. Oh, I forgot to put the guidebook in. I always put it at the bottom, otherwise I can't get the cards out. Yeah. Just putting these away for now, but if you guys want me to draw any cards for you, let me know and I will do so. I don't want this whole live stream just to be pulling cards. That's what I did in my last live stream, and it takes a lot of energy to channel, and I don't want it to be all about that. So I'm just gonna hydrate myself a little, because I've been talking for a while now. Anyway, there is a few more things that I want to talk about, and then I've done a lot of card pulls, so I don't think I'm going to do much more cards, but if you guys want me to draw a card or 2 for you, I will do so, but I don't think I will be drawing any more cards for the collective right now. But I do want to talk a bit more about mental health and some struggles I've been dealing with, and just, you know, my personal story, and, you know, just this and that, okay? And then I think we're gonna end off at a lighter note, maybe talking about some TV shows or games or stuff like that. Because I don't want to end off on like a heavy note, because this whole live stream so far has been quite heavy. But I mean, I expected as much to talk about like mental health things. So, I'm gonna take a moment in the video now to just thank you all for like being part of this live stream. Just give me a second here. Just quickly want to sort something out. Okay. So I'm not going to keep this going for too much longer, but I just want to take a moment to say thank you for everyone who has joined the live, for everyone who has given likes, and just for being here and sharing the space with me and supporting me. I really appreciate it. And if you guys do want me to do more live streams, let me know. I probably will do this on a Sunday. Times might differ, but I'm probably going to do more live streams on a Sunday. Like, I'm not really a morning person, but I probably will do these more in the morning. Latest I'll probably do the live streams will be any time. I don't think I'll do them any later than 3 South African time. So I will obviously post beforehand on my TikTok when I will be doing the lives and when I will be going live. So definitely follow me to stay updated if you guys want to join lives again. So, like I said earlier, I've just been dealing with like a lot of stuff mentally, and it's been very overwhelming for me. So the lives, they've just been, this is just more helpful right now for me, because I am going to try to film a few more videos. I actually want to try to film, after I'm done with the live, to film a few more videos for my YouTube channel, and maybe a few TikToks as well. But it's just been really exhausting and overwhelming for me to just get to all the filming. So I think I might just do lives, because it's just going to save me a bit of energy just to not have to edit things, and that way I also get to like talk to you guys as well, and maybe you guys can, you know, chat a bit about things that you're feeling. And like I said, if you guys don't feel comfortable about talking about your psychological and mental issues on on the live stream and you guys want someone to talk to, feel free to DM me and I will talk with you. I will sit with you because I know what it's like to not have anyone, and I've been in that situation before, and talking helps, and having someone there, just a support system, it really helps. I volunteer at a lot of mental health places, so the main one that I'm volunteering at right now is the Rainbow Phoenix Project. They're a really good one. They also help people that's part of the LGBTQ plus community, people that's part of like the spiritual community, you know, like the minority groups, and people who are kind of being shunned by society. So they are slowly starting up their organization and growing. I will probably make a whole video about them sometime in the near future. I've also been doing mermaiding. You guys probably saw. I'm also part of, I've been on Mermaids for Mental Health as well, where I shared my story and talked about my story, which you can go read. I think I reposted it on my channel. But mermaiding has been really good for my mental health. It's just, people think it's silly, because people think it's easy. It's easy to sit on the outside and look at mermaiding and be like, oh, you put on a mermaid tail and swim like a mermaid. It's actually, it's very healing for your inner child, actually, but it's actually really, really hard, and it takes a lot of training. So I have a whole other TikTok dedicated to that. It's called Mersula Make Waves. There's no S, it's just Mersula Make Waves. So that is, if you guys are interested, I'm gonna talk about a lot of mental health stuff on there, and also I'm trying to raise more awareness about neurodivergent and mental disabilities and mental illnesses, and I'm also getting involved with more ocean conservation projects as well on there. So that's kind of what you can expect to see on my mermaid channel. I'm gonna do like some story time stuff because I have really good stories. I'll probably film that sometime in the next week and get it edited and uploaded. I am finally feeling a little better mentally. Like I said, my new medication's working really great, and I have a little motivation, which is great. For the first time in years, I've actually have motivation to do stuff. So yeah, I just want to keep doing this, creating videos, making content. And I really hope to turn this into a career, but I know a lot of people say you have to stay consistent, and for me that's quite hard because I am neurodivergent, and this world was just not built for people like me. But I will keep trying, I will keep pushing, I'm gonna keep making content because this is what I like to do. And this makes me feel better. Just getting to do it is the problem, you know? So I'm gonna keep doing this, and yeah, maybe things work out, maybe I can actually turn this into a career sometimes, because I want to be honest, like, I cannot find like a stable job. I can't. I live in South Africa. I don't know how many of you guys are from South Africa, but if you live here, you know the struggle with jobs, you know. I turned 24 the 31st of March, so almost my birthday, Aries season, wearing my Aries necklace. So it's almost time for my birthday, and I'm turning 24 this year, and yeah, little millennium baby. But it's just, I feel, people call me useless a lot, but I know I have mental disabilities and stuff, and I'm just so hard on myself sometimes because I actually feel useless sometimes because I'm like, you're 24, why can't you get a job? But it's not that simple, especially in this country. I've done some cashier work and stuff like that. You don't get paid well for that at all. Like, you work like freaking 8 to 12 hour shifts and you get paid. My salary was like anywhere between 1,200 and 2,500 rand a month, which is ridiculous, working 8 to 12 hour shifts. I mean, it's not really hard work, but you're still really tired at the end of the day, and because I'm neurodivergent, I use extra energy when I do things, so it was a bit exhausting. I actually ended up smoking for like 3 months. That I didn't want to start but it's just being neurodivergent, you're more prone to getting addictions. So it's been a struggle. Being late diagnosed isn't easy, and there's not a lot of help we can get either. And in South Africa, there's not a lot of resources either. And if you have a lot of trauma, you can't even get officially diagnosed, so that's another problem. But yeah, it's just a whole thing, and I'm just trying to navigate through it and just to find things that work for me and to accommodate myself. And sometimes that looks silly to other people, but it's not my job to, make other people comfortable with me. It's just my job to be here, and the people who resonate will resonate, right? The people who don't just won't. So that is just how I feel about that. But I just really, really would love a stable job, or just anything to make income. I used to do tarot readings at markets, but I'm not doing that anymore because there's just so many fake people in the spiritual community right now. It's really just, there's so much scammers and stuff. I don't know if you guys heard about what happened in Cape Town with that psychic who scammed the family out of like millions. That's crazy. Like, there's just so many fakes and people just reading tarot, like they learn the cards like a parrot, and then they just give the exact same reading to like 60 different people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I read my cards intuitively, I interpret them intuitively, every reading is unique. But it's just tough. And also because I'm younger, people tend to gravitate to older spiritual people more because they think with age comes wisdom, which is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard, because I am, like I said, turning 24 this year, and I've seen and been through too much stuff for my age. Yeah, like, I don't know how many people, if you, like, my story is available, but, like, just quick recap, I've had 2 disabled brothers who are both passed away, unfortunately. My grandma also passed away. She was, like, my own biggest support system. She, passed away, and now my grandfather, he has a new person, and she's not really nice, and he stole all the money she left for me to go. She kept a fund for me to go study and stuff, and I never got to see that. I really wanted to go study psychology, and I couldn't. I did take a course in filmmaking, although that ended up less than useless. I actually did end up getting a job, and then COVID happened, and then the job didn't happen. So yeah, the whole thing about the pandemic just messed things up even more in this already messed up country. And, actually it's not just this country, but South Africa is really not doing well. But I just keep trying, and maybe, this mermaiding thing, I'm also trying to turn that into a job. I have like a small shop where I'm selling mermaid goodies, and I'm also doing mermaid parties where, entertaining kids' birthday parties. I really like working with kids. I don't want kids of my own. I don't want to be a parent, but I do enjoy working with kids. Tried applying at like 40 different, like kindergartners, gosh. I can't speak today. Well, you know what I mean. I can't speak today, but yeah, I tried, but because I don't have any education in teaching, they didn't really think I was the best fit, even though I have a lot of experience in working with disabled children, since both my brothers were disabled, and I also have a mental disability, which is, I can relate. So I feel like I would be able to really take good care of kids. So, but I don't know, like, the mermaiding thing is fun because I would still get to like work with kids in a way and educate them about things, but in a more magical way, because kids just need to keep their innocence. A lot of us grew up way too fast, and it's really hard because kids need their innocence. They need to be kids. So I feel like with this mermaiding thing, I can do some good, and I can spread some positivity, get involved with ocean conservation, mental health awareness. I also want to do this more on this channel as well, where I just talk about mental health, because the suicide rates are just too heavy. So there's just a whole bunch of things that I want to focus on, but like I said, I have just so many topics that I want to talk about at once, and that my videos get sidetracked. It's hard. So I want to try to make more clear videos, because I never script. I don't script my I mean, I do mentally go through things in my head, but I don't write down like a script when I make videos. I know a lot of people find that helpful, but I will not be good at doing that. So that won't be helpful for me. But I just want to make content and just, I don't know, like, I don't know what content you guys are like most interested in seeing from me, because I mostly just make what I like and what I like doing, which I feel is what we should do, but also there's certain things that you guys want to see, because I also do cosplay, I do short films, that is all on Ghosthorse Studios on YouTube. I share this YouTube, TikTok channel with that YouTube channel of mine. So Ghosthorse Heathenry is all about witchy gaming stuff, and then also some everyday stuff. I also talked about my hormonal journey, my issues with birth control and stuff like that. And then Ghosthorse Studios is more like just cosplay aspects, although all my cosplays are like closet cosplays, so they're not the best, but it's just, I use what I have, because, you know, I want to do fun, cool stuff too, and you know, you don't need a whole bunch of money to do cool stuff. And then there's the mermaiding thing, Mersla Make Waves. That's a completely separate thing that I'm doing. But yeah, it's been really healing for me. I haven't really done a lot of SFX cosplay and filmmaking stuff in a while. I know I did a little character skits back a little while ago here on TikTok about Patricia. I don't know if you guys want to see more videos about Patricia, or maybe me making more characters, more character skits and stuff like that, you know, like, I was thinking about maybe doing that. My mermaid thing also is fun, because that has a whole persona, which is like a whole mermaid persona, which has her own story that I'm yet to tell. I'm yet to make the videos about that, but she's a whole character. And I want to make more characters like that, because it's fun, unique characters. And Patricia was really weird, because it was just something that came to me, like, I just did it. I didn't think about it. I didn't plan it. Didn't prepare for it. I just put on a wig. I thought I looked crazy, and I just picked up the phone and filmed a bunch of stuff. And a lot of you guys seem to like that. It gives people a laugh, and I would like to bring more laughter into people's lives. So maybe I should get more into comedy, because I've been stuck on horror stuff on my filmmaking. Maybe I should try more comedy stuff, or maybe a mix of them, comedy, horror. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing with those things. I will be posting this live over on my YouTube channel, like I did with the previous one. The thing is, if you save the live stream, you cannot see the comments or anything, but I think it's better for people's safety as well, so they can see your usernames and your comments and stuff like that. So it's just gonna be me talking. I'm looking like a crazy person talking to myself over here. But anyways, so I'm gonna be posting it on my YouTube channel as well. You can find the links on my TikTok page. It's up there, the links are there, but it is Ghosthorse Heathenry if you cannot find it. So yeah, I know a lot of people are a little deterred by the witchy spiritual stuff, but it really isn't what people think it is. And a lot of people think it's like, ooh, demon, satanic, whatever stuff. It is absolutely not that at all. And I do want to make a more detailed video about how there's some stuff about like religion and spirituality that are like the same, and also with, you know, the good and the bad sides of both, because everything has a good and a bad side. So I want to make more videos about that, and I do want to make more mental health videos though. That's something I'm going to try to prioritize. I want to do more live streams, but I wondered if maybe I should do like a live stream Q&A type style video. I don't know if sometimes that's boring, but maybe that will be interesting for you guys. The other one that I did, the previous one, was just a pure tarot one. I just pulled cards for people, did readings for people. in the live stream. But this one I did just a few cards for general, although like I said, if you guys want me to pull separate cards for you, I will be willing to do that. But yeah, I just wanted to just do a live stream where I just sit down and just like talked more like, I know like it's not really everyone's scene, but I just feel like we don't talk about mental health enough. And yeah, I am doing better, but I do get my really bad days where I just want to frankly just stay in bed and not get up. But at the end of the day, I drag my sorry butt out of bed, and the biggest motivation to get out of bed is usually your bladder. So yeah, but mental health struggles, it's really hard, and I know everyone has their own battle, their own stuff that they're dealing with. I went through a whole series of different types of trauma, including SA and, you know, just some childhood trauma, religious trauma, just a whole bunch of stuff, a lot of grief. But I know everyone's story is different. I know at the beginning of the live stream, someone talked about their husband that was cheating on them. It was an 11-year relationship, which is crazy. But everyone has their cross to bear. And if we can just form a community, just talk about it, to shed light on the issues, I feel like we can actually make a positive change. So those are just some things I will be focusing on, but I will be doing more live streams. Maybe I will post like some ideas for like a Q&A one or something like that. Maybe I can do like a SFX version. Like, I haven't done SFX in a hot minute, so maybe one where I do. I'm scared that one's gonna get banned though, because I do gory SFX, so I don't know if that will be considered okay to do on a live stream. I can do some character skits as well for live streams, something like that, you know, like cosplay stuff. I don't like, whatever you guys would be interested in seeing. Maybe I'll do a live stream over, I don't know if I can live stream over on my other channel. I don't know if I don't have that many followers over there yet, so I don't know if I can live stream over there. I can try, I guess, or I can do it on that one's YouTube or something like that. But I want to do like a live stream for my mermaid stuff as well at some point. So those are just some updates and things that's going on. It's just a little in general. Like, eventually I'll go more in depth into stuff, but for now I just want to keep things a bit more vague, because frankly I don't want to push the boundaries of this app, because when I get talking, sometimes my filter drops, and there's a lot more things that's considered not okay to do on the internet, and I don't want my live streams to be taken away because I do impulsive shit on a live stream. But I really want to do a SFX live stream, and I can totally see that one being banned. Just all the gory SFX fake blood stuff, and then I don't know. Maybe if I show the process of me doing it, TikTok will see that it's fake and not kick my ass. But I don't know if I should take that risk. If you guys want me to do like a SFX makeup live stream, we can totally do that. And maybe you guys can tell me what type of wounds you want me to make. And it's just hard because in a live stream I won't be able to show. Maybe I can do something on my arm, maybe on my face. I don't really know. That's basically all that you guys will be able to see, is like my arms and my face. So that's probably where I will be putting all the gore, like maybe like a nice wound, fake wound over here, or like, you know, maybe some, like I haven't done SFX on my hands in a while. I've done some really cool stuff that look like you have a hole in the middle of your hand, or like things sticking through your hand, like just like that illusion. So SFX is really fun, and it's actually very therapeutic as well, and I haven't done that in a while. So I really want to get back to doing some more of that. Also want to make some videos on how to make DIY SFX products. Maybe I should do that as a Halloween special. So, you know, if you guys need to make something in a pinch, you know how. But yeah, I think that's all that I really wanted to chat about today. Probably pick this up in another live stream, but if there's anything else you guys would like to chat about or talk about, or if anyone wants a last minute tarot card draw or something, I have oracle decks too if tarot isn't your thing. But if anyone wants anything last minute here, you can feel free to just ask and then we can just wrap it up once everyone said their seds, or like, you know, if you want a reading, just pull a card for you just on the energies. So I'm just gonna give a minute if you guys want to ask anything or have any last thoughts or opinions, want to share something personal about your mental health journey, or if you want me to pull a few cards for you, I'm gonna give a moment for whoever wants that, and then I think we can wrap this up. I think I started the live stream at like 9:30, so I've been busy for a while now. So yeah, I think it's about time to almost end the live. So any last requests, any last questions, card pulls, whatever you guys would maybe want? I just want to thank you guys again for like joining, for all the hearts, and for just vibing with me and just sharing the space with me. I really appreciate all the support. I really appreciate all my followers over on YouTube, TikTok, whether you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you follow me or support me in any way. I really truly appreciate that. All support is deeply appreciated. I cannot tell you guys how much I just appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, to watch me ramble on, or you know, whatever I'm up to. I always, you know, if you follow me, be prepared for chaos because it's always something new. I'm very unpredictable, and it's just, I do impulsive shit, and half the time afterwards I cringe at it low-key because I'm like, really? Why did I do that? But yeah, I do stuff like that. I want to do more funny videos, more comedy, because I've been too depressed. Everyone's been too depressed. I think we need more laughter. Besides, I need to go get more fluids for hydration because mine is done. And it's almost 11, so I probably should get something to eat. Basically just had coffee this morning, so yeah, I should probably go grab me some breakfast and some hydration. So yeah, if there's anything last that you guys want to ask me, or anything, any requests, anything you guys want before we end the live? Just anything at all. This is a safe space, or I'm gonna try to make it a safe space, because my last live stream had a few creeps. But I'm gonna try to keep this space as safe as possible, and it's a non-judgment zone. We don't do the judgy things. As I picked up in the card pulls, we don't do the judging. But this live stream will be available on my YouTube channel. I hope this wasn't too boring. I wanted to try something new, okay? We're just gonna keep trying different things, and then you guys can let me know which ones you like, what ideas you like more, what do you want to see more of, what do you want to see less of. So just, you can let me know. I've been live for a while actually today. I think this live might be longer than my last one. So yeah. Okay, so if there's nothing else you guys want, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go film some other videos and stuff and get those uploaded. So if you guys are interested, definitely go follow me over on my YouTube and follow me over here on TikTok. And yeah, you'll see what I'm up to. So yeah. But thank you guys again for just being here with me, for joining my live. I see I've actually gotten a lot of support today as well. I really appreciate you all just being here and supporting me. And yeah, if you guys are interested in anything, let me know and we can do it in the next live. So I did a video on my TikTok where I announced this live like with a countdown. So go over to that video and leave me a comment there with any requests that you have for future lives or something, and I will read them, I will implement them, and we can see what we can do to spice things up, make things more interesting, because I like keeping things new. I don't like doing the same thing over and over again because it's boring. That's why I also like that my tarot readings are different every time. I like the unpredictability of things. So yeah, been live for a while now. I am going to call it a quits for now, so don't forget to follow if you guys want to stay updated to what I'm up to, and I will see you guys in the next live. The next live, not the next life. So I'll see you guys in the next live. Just not mistake the V for an F. And so I'm gonna call it a quits, and thanks again for just being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and fantastic rest of your day for this Sunday. I hope you all have a really peaceful Sunday, and those of you who are working today, I hope you guys have a kick-ass day, and I hope you guys at least have some time for rest, because working on a Sunday is tough. So I'll see you guys in the next live. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye.